What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. And of course my thing is looking good and smelling great. So if you're a guy that loves to look good and you love to smell great, hear about some great new fragrances out there to be discovered, then you've come to the right channel. Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click on the bell icon. That way you get notified every time I release a new video. So in today's video, I'm sure you have seen the title. I'm going to be talking about 6 fragrances in my collection that I've acquired over the last couple months that have proven to be some compliment getting fragrances. Now I've done complimented fragrances before in the past, but again, these are some newer acquisitions to my collection. So I just thought that I would share the information with you guys, my subscribers. So if you guys want to know what these 6 fragrances are in my collection that are newer acquisitions that have been getting me some great compliments, then you know the routine. Go ahead and keep it locked right here. All right guys, we're back. Let's go ahead and jump right into the list. These are in, of course, no particular order. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about that's been getting me some great compliments over the last couple months is from the house of MANCERA, and this one is Instant Crush. Instant Crush from the house of MANCERA. Now, I know when this fragrance was originally released, a lot of fragrance reviewers were talking about it because I think, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them were sent a free bottle of this to review. I was not in that number, but I'm not hating or anything like that. I'm just saying I had to purchase my own. So that is the reason why I've acquired this, of course, a lot later than some other folks. But I will tell you this. One of my favorite fragrances of all time, and you guys know I love Baccarat Rouge 540, which is actually sitting right here behind me. I'm not sure if you're able to see that, but I really enjoy Baccarat Rouge 540, and this one was said to smell similar to that. But in my humble opinion, I mean, maybe from the atomizer and maybe the first couple minutes, but after that, it goes in a totally different direction. This has that MANCERA DNA. I'm trying to really put my finger on what that is, but it goes in a totally different direction to me after the first couple minutes. Though, you know, I feel like it's a fragrance that, you know, for what it is, when you kind of take the Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA and you kind of throw the MANCERA DNA on the back end of it, it makes a really unique fragrance. And again, the time that I've worn this, I've gotten some great compliments on it. So not exactly like Baccarat Rouge 540, but it is a good one. It's a compliment getting fragrance from the house of MANCERA. This is Instant Crush. The next fragrance on the list, I've recently reviewed this fragrance, and I mean, you're probably not surprised by this. It was created to be an easy to wear compliment getting fragrance from the house of GIORGIO Armani. This is ACQUA Profondo. And yes, the times I've worn this, I've gotten some compliments on it. And like I said, when I reviewed it, you know, the average person, you know, when you used to wear ACQUA, the original, you probably got a lot of compliments on it. So the average person, you know, is going to kind of give you the same reaction from this one because they do smell really similar. But again, this one has been modernized with that blue DNA. So it kind of takes that original DNA that was so popular and brings it to the modern day by adding that blue undertone to it. And it's a fragrance that is mass appealing and people love it. So this fragrance is a very high compliment getter so far from my experience. And of course, that's what this list is about from the house of GIORGIO Armani. This is ACQUA Profondo. The next fragrance on the list that I want to talk about, you hardly hear anybody really talk about this fragrance right here from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is AMYRIS Homme. AMYRIS Homme. And man, let me tell you, when you talk about compliments from that house, nobody really talks about this fragrance, and this is, in my opinion, a very underrated fragrance. This fragrance gets positive attention. This is a very well balanced fragrance from the house of MFK. So if you like kind of a citrusy fragrance, it has a nice, the AMYRIS flower is a very intriguing note. You don't find it a whole lot in fragrances, but it's very intriguing. It blends very nicely with the citrus notes in here. Then you have a kind of sweet, I think it's tonka bean, kind of dried down on this one. But guys, this is a versatile scent. You can wear it any time of the year, but it's a scent that I think a lot of people in the fragrance community dismissed it because they kind of said it has a designer feel to it. And usually to me, that kind of translates to it's mass appealing. And that's exactly what it is. It's a niche fragrance, but it has a designer mass appeal to it. And those are the type of fragrances, honestly, guys, that gets compliments. And this one gets me a lot of compliments when I wear it. From the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, this is AMYRIS Homme. The next fragrance on my list, again, a newer acquisition to my collection. It won't come as a surprise that this fragrance gets a lot of compliments. From the house of YSL, this is Y-EAU FRAICHE. And just like the original fragrance that I talked about so much that gets me a lot of compliments, this one has been no different. Again, it's just a little bit fresher take on the original DNA, but it's definitely easy to tell where this fragrance got its origins because it smells a lot like the original. Again, just a little bit more freshness on the top of it to give it a little bit more of a soapier, cleaner quality and characteristic than the original. Not quite as aquatic as the original, but again, a good one. Easy to wear. Again, it get me great compliments when I'm wearing it. From the house of YSL, this is Y-EAU FRAICHE. The next fragrance on my list, again, this is one that I reviewed here recently from the house of Bond No. 9, and this is Greenwich Village. And man, this stuff right here is freaking fantastic. I wore this again yesterday, and it's just one that's going to get people's attention. Really, really simple and plainly put, this is going to get folks' attention. It has some similarities to Baccarat Rouge 540, but this is has more florals and it's a little bit sweeter. I talked about again when I reviewed it, that praline note gives it almost a candy-like sweetness, which is again what a lot of people talk about with 540, the candy-like sweetness. But again, this one has a little bit more of a floral heart to it. But man, it just grabbed attention. It's an attention-grabbing fragrance. I love this stuff. I like this one better than Instant Crush. You know, it works better for me on my skin than Instant Crush, which was on this list as well. But just like Instant Crush and just like Baccarat Rouge 540s, it gets a lot of positive attention. From the house of Bond No. 9, this is Greenwich Village. And the last fragrance that I want to talk about today, that is a new compliment monster in my collection, is from the house of NISHANE, and this is HACIVAT. HACIVAT. If you guys want to hear a full review on this one, leave it down in the comments section. I'm thinking about reviewing this one, doing a full review on it. But man, this stuff is nuclear and this stuff gets compliments. I wore this fragrance about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I went into TJ Maxx doing some shopping. And of course, you guys, if you're in a state where they've opened it back up for shopping and things of that nature, you notice a lot of times when you go into a store, there's some type of plastic barrier between you and the sales associate. And I was checking out, and the young lady had on a mask, and I was wearing a mask, and we had the plastic barrier between us. And she said, "Oh my God, what are you wearing? It smells fantastic." And I was like, "Wow, you can smell it through your mask and through this this barrier here." And she was like, "Yes, I can smell it. It smells great. What are you wearing?" And of course, I told her what it was, which, you know, she's an average consumer. She had never heard of NISHANE HACIVAT, but it's a compliment grabbing fragrance. When I first put it on, my wife noticed it and asked me what it was. Yes, it kind of smells like a vintage, but this is a lot earthier and a lot greener. It has a patchouli and oak moss, and so it goes in a different direction. Creed goes into a musky, slightly sweet vanilla ambergris dry down. This goes earthy, patchouli, oak moss. So it's different, definitely different enough to warrant a purchase. But guys, this is a compliment magnet right here from the house of NISHANE. This is HACIVAT. Okay guys, that's my time. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. Of course, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Don't forget to take the time to like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find me entertaining, because I'm your main man, Darren, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good and keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.